car.
Tonight on DC News Now, an incredible rescue in Maryland. The new video of a Prince George's County officer pulling a man from a fiery crash.
It will stay windy tonight, but we'll let you know if things will start to calm down before we head into the weekend.
Taking safety into their own hands.
Bicyclists have been hit. We're often tiptoeing through debris because the city isn't doing what it needs to keep our kids safe.
The safety concerns in Cleveland Park and the new safety measures neighbors are implementing themselves.
Federal confusion, workers, politicians, advocates, all demanding clarity.
It's been traumatic, but I've mostly been impressed by how resilient and committed my coworkers are.
A town hall in Northern Virginia hoping to give more guidance to laid-off workers.
A Maryland food kitchen serving an unprecedented amount of free meals. Their struggle to tackle food insecurity with costs rising.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. Let's talk about this really blustery day all across the DMV. We're taking a live look at Rosslyn, Virginia right now. The camera is still bouncing around there. It kind of gives you vertigo if you stare too long.
It really does, just bouncing back and forth. Our meteorologist, Damon Matson, in for Janessa tonight. It has been just a blustery afternoon and evening. It's going to continue overnight.
Yeah, this is just the aftermath from those storms that we saw yesterday.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, we're still going to have to deal with that wind as you step out there tonight. But, hey, we are going to get some improvement before we get to the weekend. Here are those wind advisories. Again, they were trimmed back a couple of hours ago as we are not likely to see advisory level winds. What that means is 50-plus mile-per-hour gusts not likely around D.C. along the I-95 corridor, but nonetheless, it's still going to be breezy in the district, and we do have that wind advisory continuing across much of western Maryland over into West Virginia and along that I-81 corridor in Virginia until midnight, 1 a.m. here tonight. And that's exactly where we're still seeing those stronger gusts up around 40 miles per hour at times, a little bit better closer to D.C., but nonetheless, gusts 25 to 30 miles per hour is certainly enough to move things around. Now, it will still be a bit breezy and no doubt chilly as you start out your day on Friday, but that's the start of some improvement. We won't have any major headaches getting into your morning commute tomorrow, and we're hoping to also get some warmer temperatures before the weekend. Will that happen? We'll have that answer in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
A life-saving move in Maryland. Take a look. A Bladensburg officer is able to rush over to the scene, find a driver there, and pull him out of this burning car. This is his body camera video capturing his quick-thinking rescue. And as you can see, the officer continues to drag that driver to safety. DC News Now's Tim Reed spoke to the officer about what led him to that scene.
This is where the car crash happened 2 weeks ago, right here along Annapolis Road in Bladensburg. As you can see, there's still a lot of debris here at the crash site. Many are calling this officer a hero, but he says he was just doing his job. When Bladensburg police officer Colton Burnett arrived on the scene of a two-car accident, he quickly sprang into action.
I was in the 6200 block approximately of Annapolis Road going to get some lunch. Rolled up on a vehicle accident where it looked like one car was overturned and one was smoking. Got out of the car, people were waving me down, went to a red sedan. Engine bay was on fire and there was someone inside.
Colton is a canine handler for Bladensburg Police. He's also a former firefighter and also served in the military. When he left the office that day headed to get his lunch, he had no idea he would be involved in a life or death situation.
I just do my job the best I can. Love serving the town of Bladensburg. It's a great place to work. Just want to do good and have someone that my kids look up to and are proud of that.
He says the crash involving two cars was a serious accident. The man he saved was taken to the hospital and was treated for head injuries, but he is okay. Colton said the other driver suffered minor injuries. Many are calling what the officer did heroic.
His duty was to be able to save somebody or to be able to help somebody. This he did in a challenging moment. actually taking somebody and pulling them from a burning car.
Burnett tells us he's glad the victim survived and credits his police training for his quick actions. In Bladensburg, Tim Reed, DC News Now.
Oh, what a rescue there, Tim. Thank you. D.C. under heightened scrutiny from the Trump administration. The Department of Transportation sent several letters to transit leaders and Mayor Muriel Bowser urging them to improve safety and security on roads, trains, and buses. According to the letter, the agency has 30 days to submit a full list of roads that do not comply with safety standards and propose plans to fix any concerns. In a separate letter, Amtrak was also given 30 days to submit an updated crime prevention plan. WMATA has also been directed to address crime and fare evasion. The feds say that these actions are critical to Trump's plans to revamp infrastructure and protect passengers, workers, and visitors in the district. Meanwhile, neighbors in Northwest are taking road safety matters into their own hands with flags to help people across busy 34th Street here in Cleveland Park. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg live for us. And Daniel, there have been many crashes right there at that intersection. What is the idea here behind these flags?
So, Susan, the idea is you come over here when you're about to cross the street. It says "See Me" flags right here. You take one of these flags. First, you hold it out here and wave it so that cars see that you're coming. When they finally stop, then you cross the road. It's all about visibility. And while neighbors tell me this is only one step, they hope this shows DDOT that they are serious about safety. On a busy weekday afternoon, cars fly up and down 34th Street.
The cars are speeding really quickly. They do not watch out for pedestrians, even kids going to school.
And coming from school, something we saw over and over again as kids tried crossing the street.
We got these because of regular, very serious accidents at the intersections of 34th and Newark and 34th and Ordway.
Sarah Rogers Morris collected money from neighbors to buy these "See Me" flags for visibility.
We needed to take matters into our own hands. DDOT has been unresponsive for over a year and a half.
She says kids at Eaton Elementary School 2 blocks south are especially at risk, and why the kids themselves got involved 2 months ago.
A group of fifth graders got together and collected signatures for almost 400 students at Eaton Elementary. They wrote a letter, they created signs trying to get the attention of DDOT.
What I see now is that parents walk the children to school and walk them home again because they don't trust the drivers. I mean, it's sad.
Without DDOT's help, Rogers Morris says
it's only a matter of time before a child is hit.
So again, you just take this across the street. There are 2 of these little buckets on either side of the street. I'm told that they actually got more money today, so they are going to buy 2 more sets of these so that all 4 corners of both of these intersections will be covered. I reached out to DDOT to ask about if they're aware of this and what they are doing. I'm told DDOT is looking into these intersections and to see what traffic data they have. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, taking matters into their own hands. Daniel, thank you. And this comes as D.C. police are searching for a driver accused of hitting and killing a dog in Southeast. Take a look at your screen here. Investigators say the driver in this car ran into a man who was walking his Yorkie. This was on Alabama Avenue last month, and then hit the dog, killed the dog, and drove off. If you have any information, police want to hear from you. New tonight, a major step forward in rebuilding the Key Bridge in Baltimore. The Army Corps of Engineers has issued the permits needed to start construction. This allows transportation officials to start working on building the bridge to reconnect the Baltimore Beltway. Now, as you might remember, a cargo ship collided with that bridge last March, causing it to collapse and killing 6 workers. You can take a look at the renderings of this new bridge on our website, dcnewsnow.com. New tonight, a D.C. man is sentenced to federal prison for a whole series of violent crimes, including carjackings and shooting at a police officer. Tawan Cummings will spend 17 years behind bars. In 2020, Cummings carjacked 3 different drivers using an AR-style rifle. Now, Cummings led police on a chase, then crashed a stolen car, ran off, and continued shooting at those officers. Police ended up finding him hidden inside of a home that he apparently broke into. He has pleaded guilty to multiple charges as well in 2023. New tonight, the fight for federal workers to get their jobs back. We're talking about thousands of fired probationary employees. They are now taking legal actions. Several attorneys in D.C. and Maryland, they are set to file 15 class action lawsuits to have workers reinstated and given back pay. They say the mass firings are illegal, but President Trump calls billionaire Elon Musk and his DOGE initiative's efforts necessary to root out fraud, waste, and abuse in a bloated federal government. Some of the workers found their way into Northern Virginia's library here. They packed this town hall in Arlington looking for answers and advice. So their lives have really been turned upside down and filled with so much chaos and confusion. DC News Now's Max Marcilla has more on the resources and clarity that they were able to gather there at tonight's meeting.
Arlington Democrats, which hosted this town hall, asked us to not get any footage of people inside because some of them don't want to be identified for fear of retribution. But what we can tell you is that inside the auditorium here at Central Library in Arlington, there were a ton of people, upwards of 100, some politicians, some advocates, and of course federal workers, both current and now former. The cameras were off inside the standing room only auditorium, but there were people seeking answers and advice, leading to a lively discussion.
And so they know how to fight back. Where are the cases that they can get involved so that they can be part of these actions?
That's the knowledge Elisa Tafty wanted to give here. She was on the panel and leads her federal employee union. Among the questions asked, what's going on in the courts and what documents fired federal workers should be holding on to.
This is a popular uprising of regular people who aren't used to this kind of thing but see the necessity for it now.
Federal worker Chris Doles says events like this are to build a movement.
It's been traumatic, but I've mostly been impressed by how resilient and committed my coworkers are.
This town hall happening as a new report found U.S. employers cut more jobs this February than in any other month since July of 2020. And the DOGE effect was the biggest reason, accounting for more than 1/3 of the 172,000 jobs cut.
We are going to have to address the job loss, the housing crisis that's going to subsequently impact us.
State Senator Ghazala Hashmi says there will be a ripple effect in Virginia, but tonight, a chance for those in need to get needed resources. Federal workers are also expected to come to Arlington on Saturday, where there is a resource fair at Wakefield High School happening at noon. If you want more information on that, you can go to our website, dcnewsnow.com, search Federal Worker Resources. Reporting in Arlington, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.